End off on the first play for a dive right up the gut, and that stopped after a gain of maybe 3. Cole Presley on the carry. Took that ball from Finn Teasdale. And actually that was a gain of more than I thought, as that's going to be 2nd and 8. So pickup of 7 on that rush, and a nice little carry there from Cole Presley. For the Skies, we will find out. Finn Teasdale takes the snap, hands it off, and it's a rush to the way far side. Out to the right. Cole Presley with the carry once again, and if he didn't get the first, he's going to be just shy of it. Curious to see where he got pushed out of bounds here as we get another look at Cole Presley's sweep out right. Down probably 2 yards shy, maybe 1. And that is
going for it. I love Presley's run there. He beats off those 2 tacklers and gets to the outside and almost gets the first down. Big pickup.
And they're putting the ball back in the hands of Cole Presley once again. He is the straw that serves this drink, and he is going to cross the threshold. That's going to be a first down that moves the chains for Vancouver College.
When he gets all the way out to about the 45-yard line, beautiful job fighting through the tacklers, and it actually takes 2 of them, number 25 and 28, Matthew Custodio and Tristan Cabetti, to actually be able to bring him down. In front of you, get those free ones, and then fight for everything else.
Finn Teasdale takes the snap and will hand it off again back into the waiting hands of Cole Presley. Presley has been the go-to guy for this Vancouver College Fighting Irish side in the early going of this one. Finn Teasdale takes the snap, pitches it away, and here we go. Some good speed and a nice pickup there of, I believe, 8 yards. From who else? Cole Presley, who's just been at the heart of everything for this Vancouver College offense thus far.
Well, it's number 20, Malachi Hayford here, that makes the tackle. He does a great job of just shooting out the feet underneath Presley, because Presley's quick and he's big and strong. Gets around the corner here, stiff arms one guy. Malachi comes down and right there just takes him out, about the thigh region, knocks the feet out from underneath him. Presley gets around that corner, though. He's got some speed.
You were talking about the short bench of STM and just the lack of players available to them. We'll tell you more about that in a second, as it looked like there was going to be a sack. Instead, the best pass of the football game thus far. My goodness. Finn Teasdale connects with Samuel Wong. That'll move the chains and then some. What a bomb, as it looked like Teasdale was just going to throw the garbage away. All kinds of pressure on the QB, and he comes up with his play of the game so far.
Samuel Wong's got really, really light coverage on him here. So Teasdale rolls back the other way, and he sees it, jumps in the air as he's throwing. Not a great pass to get off. One defender falls down. The other defender soft on him. So Wong just goes up and gets at him, brings it to the ground. Beautiful catch by Wong.
Impressive stuff from the Fighting Irish as they get this drive to continue with a carry, and it will once again be Cole Presley. Presley brought down after a gain of close to 5.
Yeah, he hammers it up the middle pretty good here. Good follow-up.
Finn Teasdale takes the snap, looking skyward once again. Good arc on this ball. Deep, it's complete into the end zone, and that's a touchdown for the Fighting Irish. Cole Pripich takes that one down, and we got a tie game on our hands with just 13 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Point attempt was blocked for the Knights earlier. We'll see if the Irish have better luck, as they're going to run it up the gut. And that's good, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like he punched through. He did indeed. But he's shaken up on the play, perhaps.
Well, I think he thought he would have more resistance. He came in, spun backwards, and fell into the end zone. And I think he thought he might have had some more resistance, and now he's holding his head. I'm really hoping he didn't bang his head off the ground and hurt himself, because that's Cole Presley, and he's been having a great game so far today.
Cole Presley, a vital player for this Vancouver College side. It was the catch, of course, on that drive from Samuel Wong that really made things happen. And then Cole Pripich with the touchdown as well. But the guy who's seen the ball more often than not for this Vancouver College side is the one who's down in the end zone at the moment. Trainers out there on the field tending to him as we'll get another look at that extra point attempt. Actually, this will be the touchdown, rather.
There's a great air under the ball there, and the receiver actually has to slow down a bit to wait for it. But perfect positioning, drops the ball in front of him, right away from the defender.
And here's the extra point conversion right up the gut.
Yeah, Oh, good, he's back up.
Looks like he's walking off on his own volition as well. Gets a nice rousing ovation from the faithful here at BC Place as he does so. And in a game like this, the kind of game that these kids wait all season for, I have to think we have not seen the last of Cole Presley in this one.
Well, you got to hope so, because, I mean, he's definitely one of the stronger players that are out on the field, and you want to see him back out there. It gives the Fighting Irish the best chance out there as well.
Second and 13, rather. As Teasdale will look skyward once again. No, he's going to elect to run it up the sidelines. Finally forced out after a gain of about 7. So that should bring up 3rd and 6.
Looks like we got an injured player down on the field here. I didn't see it happening since it's behind the play. But here comes Teasdale. He comes roaring around the outside. Looks like he wants to pass, but there's just no room to. He takes it for a run himself with a big pickup and makes it a 3rd manageable, but we got a player down. I did not see what happened there.
See if we get another look at it here. I believe that's number 28. Oh, that's a big hit. Not the tackle attempt at all, in fact.
And a big block. Huge block there.
Cole Pripich trying to open up space for his rushing quarterback. He's got the touchdown in this one. Finally helped back to his feet by his training staff. And he's going to walk off on his own.
Well, that's good to see.
Coach got an arm around him, but he is walking by himself.
You never want to see those kind of injuries, that's for sure.
Gets a little love from Sebastian Miles from the line as he heads off. An important player for St. Thomas More, to be sure.
Well, he's been a big part of the defense so far. He's made some huge plays.
He's that secondary handoff option on the offense as well. His pass complete.
Oh.
Finn Teasdale connects with Scott Langley.
Well, here you go. Langley catches the ball, and he's expected to get just smoked here because the defender's coming at him, and they bump off each other. But Langley's still standing. He's like, oh, I got to run now. Number 20, Malachi Hayford comes in and drops the shoulder, but just doesn't knock Langley down.
Well, Matt, the reason that they're handing off to Pripich there is because we have not yet seen the return, I don't believe, of Cole Presley, who to that point, when he left the game after the successful 2-point convert, had been really the star of this offense.
Well, and I can see Presley sitting on the bench without his helmet on still, so he's probably still feeling the effects of that hit. And just taking a few minutes here and seeing if he can get back into the game.
It is a marathon game. It is not a sprint. Plays in the fourth quarter just as important as plays here in the second.
Yeah, they're going to be chasing one of you, so.
Hayford with a pitch. Custodio trying to shrug off tackles in the backfield. Finally brought down. Big hit.
And Custodio does a really good job of zigging and zagging here, but it gets taken out hard.
And it's another loss as well for STM.
Yeah, he gets steps outside of one defender, cuts back to the inside, protects the ball, steps back in, takes off again, but a huge hit by Pripich to take him down.
55 seconds with which to come up with a scoring play for Vancouver College. So past the drops, not the worst thing in the world for a team looking to stop the clock at this point in the game. Teasdale takes the snap. Thought he was going to throw deep. Instead, it's the short pass, complete once again to Cole Presley. Presley sure to find the sidelines and stop the clock before he goes out. He moves the chains once more.
Well, I think that bump on the head just got Presley fired up here because he's come back with 2 huge plays. Nice little pass to Presley. Gets turned upfield, fights off the one tackler, fights off a second tackler, and it's not till the third guy comes in and are able to wrestle him out of bounds.
He was already the star of this offense before he left the game. He's come back in it with his 2 biggest plays of the day. Teasdale, short snap. Hands the ball off to who else? Cole Presley once again, and another huge run. Presley finds the sidelines and stops the clock. 36 seconds to go. He just got a fresh set of downs, and he's got about 6 yards left to find the end zone.
Wow. He's just a man on a mission out there. He's blowing through tackles like crazy. Comes off the right side, makes the first tackler miss, makes it, splits 2 tacklers there, and then it's just a foot race, and it's actually Tristan Cobetti who's able to wrestle him out of bounds at about the 6-yard line.
First and goal from the 6. And when it's been working all the way down the field, why wouldn't you keep handing the ball to Cole Presley? We'll see if he's the one to get the touchdown here or if STM can come up with a stop. Presley with a rush right up the gut and
down about the 2.
Yeah, very, very close. Very close. The clock going to continue to run, however.
I think it's his blocker that causes the problem here because he pretty much runs into the blockers. Yeah, the Irish are going to call a timeout here. But he runs into the blocker's back, and that makes him fall down to his knees here. So he's following number 2 coming through there, and they're right there. Oh, no, it's 58 that's in front of him, and he just can't get past 58, who's drive blocking forward for him. And that's 58 is Vito Verdicchio, and he did a great job blocking there. He was just moving bodies backwards. Very good job.
John Leung trying to come up with a stop on the STM side. Instead, Cole Presley was out of his mind late in the second quarter to give Vancouver College the lead. We'll see what this drive has in store as Custodio takes the handoff and is wrapped up immediately. Vancouver College defense seeing that one coming.
Jaden Hong comes off at the end here and just wraps up Custodio right away. Number 11, Cole Presley. He's getting past that tackle so quickly that Custodio can't even do anything about it. The tackle steps in to block the defensive tackle, and the end gets right around him and is able to bring him down. Kamutsi fights through the 2 defenders covering him and then gets that strike going. There's a big pass there, beautiful pass. Kamutsi comes off the defender, and right there, 3 defenders on him, and he's able to spring himself free and off to the races. Look at that stride. That's textbook. You put a cup of water on top of that helmet, it wouldn't even spill. Beautiful run.
Spectacular stuff, and STM takes the lead once again. Just 2 minutes and 8 seconds into this second half. They'll try to sneak it with the quarterback into the end zone for the 2-point convert. Hayford not able to go very far, however. Hauled down. And as great as a run after the completion that was, I have a feeling that the defensive coach for the Fighting Irish is going to want to burn the tape on that one.
Oh.
Or at least has some stern words for the 3 guys who tripped over each other. It was like a Three Stooges routine.
Wait.
As this game retains its back and forth seesaw quality. Vancouver College scoring at the end of the half, and STM answering with a touchdown of their own to start things off here in the third quarter. We'll see what kind of response the Fighting Irish have left in them. I would imagine plenty of fight left in the Vancouver College side.
Oh, I think so. And number 16, Cole Presley, is on the sideline, helmet on, ready to go, and ready to avenge that score.
Yeah, pick up where he left off, perhaps, because what a finish to the second quarter he had.
Well, he had to sit out the end of the first quarter and the first bit of the second quarter after bumping his head there, but he came back to make up for lost time.
I believe that was Custodio with the kick as well. Gathered in by Cole Pripich, and Pripich hauled down at the 32, which is where Vancouver College will begin this drive.
Well, the tackle is number 13 one more time, Mia Chan.
And off to who else? Cole Presley. Presley looking to sweep out to the right side, but he's brought down on a nice effort there. Didn't see who caught him initially, but again, if you just get a piece, it can be enough to throw him off balance. As that looks like 26. Aaron Javier.
And he's had a great game to it, but he could have gotten a whole bunch more if it wasn't for Javier.
And they'll go back to the run once again. Cole Presley right up the gut. Impressive pickup this time. Gain of 7 at least, maybe 8. And again, just something out of nothing. It looked like there was no room there, and yet that is the magic of Cole Presley. He is able to come up with a good 6-7 yards seemingly every carry just about.
Well, Tristan Cabetti caught him at the line of scrimmage, and he just kept running, and Cabetti went for a bit of a ride until Mia Chan and Malaya Vickery were able to get in there and help take him down.
3rd and inches, really, maybe 1 yard to a first down right now, and you have to think they're going to run it again. Indeed they do. Presley, actually, he is not the one to take that handoff. It's number 11, Cole Pripich, and Pripich will cross the line for a first down. Move the chains at the 45.
Well, Cabetti gets a hold of him at the line of scrimmage and tries to pull him backwards, but just can't, as Pripich just wills himself. 3 Knights there on top of him that he's actually taken down. Keep the sticks moving for the Irish.
Switching it up a little bit. I was expecting Presley on the carry, and I would imagine the defense was as well. I'll hand the ball off again. This is probably going to be encroachment on the defense, if I have to guess. Looked like there was one man who jumped the gun there.
Oh, it's going to be on the offense.
Going to go against the offense.
Well, you watch it here. Cabetti's coming out of the middle linebacker, dropping to be a nose tackle. And when he does that, the guard kind of flinches upwards. But I've seen it on a couple of plays. They're leaving the nose position empty, and Cabetti's starting backwards. And I've seen that before where they come up in the 2-point stance and then shoot forward. But he's actually dropping to a 3-point stance like he is a nose tackle.
Yeah. And it was Cabetti with the fake there, as you mentioned, that got the offensive line to bite. Penalty goes on them, 1st and 15.
And he does it again. He's marching them backwards with just that move there. He's coming up out of the MAC position, dropping down into a 3-point stance as a nose tackle, and getting that guard to flinch every time.
And I've been there, Matt, as a tackle on offense and defense in this very game some 19 years ago. It can be difficult when you do see the defender coming at you with speed. It looks like he's about to hit the line with speed, and then he stops up to take that nose tackle position. You're right. It can be a lot not to jump, because you get the feeling, is the D seeing something that I'm not here? Like, that's 2 penalties in a row against the line for Van College. Pass away. Looking deep. Nearly picked off.
Well, that was Kamuzi making the dive for the interception there. Same effort that he makes as receiver, he's making as defensive back. And Teasdale drops back, puts the ball in the air, and it kind of just floats inside on him. His receiver's outside, and Kamuzi just can't get to it.
Dante Grigg, the intended receiver, but passed a little too far inside and maybe a little overthrown as well. Maybe the second time, actually. Or was it STM who kicked away in the first quarter?
Oh, no, I think you're right. It was Van College.
They weren't going to initially, but then some penalty trouble gave them no choice but to do so. As it's STM right now on the kick return. What a hit! My goodness. Cole Pripich stopped that one from going any further.
Pripich here gets up. He's a little bit upset, but he does a great job here. And is that Hayford?
It is Hayford. That's the quarterback.
Comes
also as the kick returner.
Goes to make a move, but Pripich doesn't buy it. Oh, and then he gets a kick in the face at the very end of it there. And now you see the Irish sideline just erupts. The coaches were ecstatic. That was a huge, huge stop for them. And now they need their offense to carry off that momentum and get upfield and put some points on the board. The Knights could make a stop here on this drive and they just get back to their run game. They could probably come close to killing out the clock, too.
They sure could. But right now it's the other team's run game coming alive. Another carry, once again, for Cole Presley. Presley has been one of the stories of this game, and another impressive run from him right there.
Well, he gets up to the line, nothing there, so he side shuffles to his left and bursts through the hole that's there and gets, 8 yards on that run. Really good job by Presley.
2nd and 2. And you have to think. Put the ball back in the hands of Cole Presley. He'll move the chains here. We'll see what they elect to do. Handoff again. Cole Presley, exactly like I said. Another pickup, this one of about 7. And that will give the Fighting Irish a fresh set of downs.
Well, Mia Chan comes off her block and makes the tackle here, but not before Presley picked up a huge chunk of yardage. Just by firing through the middle. I mean, he's so hard to get a hold of when he gets his acceleration going, and it's not only because he ran into the back of his blocker that he even slowed down enough for Mia Chan to get a hold of him.
And another carry. Once again, just going back to Cole Presley time and time again. And when it's working, why would you shy away from it? He gets another 5 yards right there.
Well, the O-line's bursting holes open for him to give him that space. The blocker's getting in there, and then he's running second level, 5 yards, and getting hit by linebackers. Do that every down, and you're just going to march the field.
Well, we talked about if STM could come up with a stop and then get the ball back and run it to chew up the clock. Right now, it's the Fighting Irish who are just going to run, and they're eating up all kinds of time as well. As Presley runs again, gets another first down on another pickup of roughly 8, I would say, maybe 7 once again. Either way, it's a fresh set of downs for his team, and it seems like put the ball in his hands twice, you're going to move the chains.
Well, I'm not even sure why the Irish are huddling here. You just keep running that play until the Knights figure out a way to stop it. Presley's getting 5 to 7 yards every run, and that's just going to march the field. We're already down at 6:40 on the clock. They want to eat up clock and put points on the board on this drive here.
Presley once again, this time took it to the outside, but he's going to come up with another first down again. 10-yard pickup.
He takes a handoff, gets off tackle, then cuts back after he's got the defense going in one direction. They're wrapping him up, and it's Mia Chan that gets a hold of him and throws him down. But still, they're not just not able to stop him.
Of course, Matt, we have seen some explosive speed from Cole Presley to the outside in this game as well. That's where he came up with his huge pickups at the end of the second quarter. So if you start to expect the dive every time, they might kill you with a sweep to the outside.
Yep.
Caden with the snap will hand it off, and this time it's in the Hands of the other runner, number 11, Cole Pripich. Pripich looks like he picked up a first down as well.
Yeah, Pripich does a good job of zigging and zagging here and just making himself almost invisible. Follows his blocker, steps back to the inside, makes one whiff there, steps through the defenders there, 3 whiff there, cuts back inside, another whiff, and it's not until he hits number 28, Tristan Cabetti, that he's able to wrestle him to the ground at the first down markers.
Finn Teasdale has not had to throw even once on this drive, and they are making huge progress. He'll hand it off once again,
and
the ball comes loose. Vancouver College recovers. That one popped out of the hands of Cole Pripich, and it looks like number 50, Gavin Dixon, is the first one to jump on it.
Big hit by Arian Javier here. It's so hard, he knocks the ball loose. And number 50, Gavin Dixon, yeah, he's just this one.
Might be the biggest play of the season for offensive lineman Gavin Dixon. Keeps this drive alive. 2nd and 6. Teasdale. Pitch. To Presley. Presley, another first down. This kid is so impressive, and there just seems to be no stopping him right now for the Knights defense.
A big hit by Pripich there to spring him free. The defender was coming in fast, and Pripich gets out and sticks his block, but then Presley makes magic happen, getting around that outside edge, bouncing off one defender and falling forward for another first down pickup. A quick march down the field for the Irish, and they're 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line, 13-yard line here.
Another handoff once again. Who else? Cole Presley. Presley hitting the backfield, and still, it's like he had his leg in a bear trap, and he still was not going to be brought down.
Well, that bear trap has a name, and it's Aaron Javier, who's had some big defensive plays. And I think this is a pretty big one in here, but I think he got kicked in the face. He's kind of holding his mask there. And hopefully it's not the Jen. So there he's sliding down bodies, and Presley's still trying to run. He's driving, and I think right about here he catches one right in the face. Yeah, he's holding on to his mask there. But Aaron Javier's had a great job at the corner. He's had some big plays, and this was a huge one here to stop Presley before he went off on one of his wild running adventures.
We've seen a number of players shaken up already in this game. Cole Presley among them. He came back making quite an impression on this game as it rolls along. Imagine where they'd be without him. But right now, scary situation. There we go.
Oh, it looks like an ankle. He must have twisted his ankle there. He was holding his face, so I thought the foot caught him. But he's having a bit of a limp there, so.
That looks like, oh, you're right, it is Aaron Javier. Thought that might be the quarterback for a second, number 20, no. Malachi Hayford. You're right, it is 26.
Yeah, that's the biggest scare you have as a coach. You get your quarterback out there because he's a good athlete and probably a good defender too. But then he gets hurt on defense. What are you going to do on offense?
Well, they did come up with a stop there on first down, but go right back to Presley on second, and he's pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 3.
Well, number 17, Francesco Murdaco, comes in to take Javier's place and just fills in like nothing ever even happened. Presley comes around the corner, makes a move, and Murdaco just goes down low and wrangles him out of bounds.
And you can see why guys might get injured trying to block Cole Presley. It's like getting hit by a truck trying to stop that guy's forward progress. My goodness.
Yeah, big and strong, runs well, and he's not afraid to get into contact.
Hand off to Presley once again. Tried to go up the middle, had nowhere to go. Runs over a man on his way to the end zone. My goodness, the forward momentum. That entire drive just about came together in the hands of Cole Presley, and it's only fitting he be the one to score the touchdown at the end of it.
Well, number 17, Murdaco here, who's in for the injured Javier, commits to the tackle a little too soon here. And I always tell the guys, don't go down too quick. But here he drops down really quick. He's not watching what's happening. And all Presley has to do is throw the hip into the shoulder and sends him flying, and off he goes into the end zone.
Are they going to go for the two-point convert? They are, and they put it in the hands of Presley again. Cole Presley comes up with the 2 points, and that will stretch the Van College lead to 4, 22-18, with 3:43 remaining in the fourth quarter. It looks like we are poised for a dramatic finish in this one, Matt.
Well, and Presley's kind of limping a bit coming off the field. And number 9, half his height, Samuel Wong gets under it and offers him a shoulder. And I think Presley's hoping that that's the final drive for their offense, and that's the winning drive, because here it is. Beautiful drive to get to the outside. Gets around the corner,
again.
Throws his shoulder down, blows him up, and into the end zone.
Francesco Murdaco just did not stand a chance on that one. He was in the right place to make the stop, but
dropped down a little bit too quick here, and here's the 2 points. And 23, is it there?
Oliver Christensen
goes down to try and make the tackle, and Presley just goes right up over top of him.
Very impressive game, very impressive drive for Cole Presley. And if his team can hang on for the victory, I think it's safe to say who the MVP has been in this one. Of course, STM has a chance to say something about that. As the kick goes out of bounds, they were looking for an offside recovery.
Left on the clock. Cole Presley got to pull off a miracle here.
2 key players on the offensive side for STM just made sure on special teams defense that they get to hold their lead. We'll see. Pass away, trick play into the hands of who else? Cole Presley. Presley downfield. Pushed out of bounds at the 50. No, it's the 40.
Hooks and lateral. There we go. I love it.
And he's pushed out of bounds with 1 second remaining on the clock.
I love that play. And that play is one of the hardest plays to pull off. But when you've got an umbrella defense like that, everybody's deep watching for the big pass. You do the short pass, flip it to your fast guy. He's wide open, huge pickup down the field. They got 1 second. It's got to be a shot at the end zone or something as spectacular as that last play.
And, we talked about wanting to see a close game here today, as some of these BC Place games can be lopsided blowouts. This one coming down to the final play. You can't ask for much more than that, Matt.
No, this has been awesome.
Fantastic game of football to start us off here on the second Saturday. Show of respect between these teams. I'm sure we'll see a trophy presentation here as well. And I've been on the other side of that. I know exactly how Vancouver College is feeling right now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. They fought really hard to get here, and to lose by 2 points like that in the dying minutes of a game is tough to take. But that team will be back here again. That's a good bunch of football players there.
Absolutely. That's how you have to look at it. You're still just in grade 8. You have many more kicks at the can. And when you have a player like Cole Presley, that guy is just going to get better with age. He is already a dominant runner.
Well, and I think the arm of Finn Teasdale, the defense of Jaden Hong and Ethan Yang, I think this team's got a lot to show over the next couple of years.
A lot of key pieces that I'm sure the junior varsity team is already licking their chops at the prospect of adding to the the JV side for next season. As
Schoolwork on top of that and have a social life. And to make it here makes it all worth it. All right, I guess as they do the trophies here, we might as well take a little bit of a break.
Sure, yeah.
We've got the next game coming in about 15 minutes.
Don't go anywhere, folks. If you thought that was exciting, we've got 4 more games on deck for you, live from BC Place Stadium. Action set to continue in under 15 minutes as the player of the game trophies are handed out for either side. And we'll let you take a look at the St. Thomas More Knights as they collect their championship. We'll take a quick break and be back with you. Before you know it, you're watching the Pigskin under the dome. It's the Subway Bowl from BC Place.
And now we present the runner-up plaque to the captains of the Vancouver College Irish, Fighting Irish. Please come up. And now we ask the captains of the St. Thomas More Knights, our 2019 Grade 8 champions, to come up and receive the Quadra Cup and the 2019 Provincial Championships banner from George Oswald.